The Sharpshot Bow is easily one of the best, most powerful weapon types in Horizon Forbidden West, but they're not all worth the time and effort it takes to upgrade them to their max potential. So let's count down 5 of the best Sharpshot Bows in the game, covering each of the different rarity types. That way, whether you're in the Daunt or in the Burning Shores, you'll know if the Sharpshot Bow you're using is worth the resources to upgrade, or if you should wait for something better. There are 15 total Sharpshot Bows in the Forbidden West. 3 green uncommon ones, 4 blue rare ones, 5 purple very rare ones, and 3 orange legendary ones. Now obviously the legendary ones are the most powerful Sharpshot Bows in the game, but unless you're spending a lot of time in the arena or you're in New Game Plus, chances are you're not spending the majority of the game playing with legendary weapons. And when we talk about the best Sharpshot Bow, or really any weapon type in general, it's usually more than just looking at the ones that deal the highest amount of damage. Each of the different weapon types in the Forbidden West come with positives and negatives, so when we're choosing the best, we're not only looking at Sharpshot Bows that deal a high amount of damage, but also ones with weapon perks that can enhance the bow's strength and or negate its weaknesses. Sharpshot Bows are some of the best weapons in the game for dealing damage, especially through critical hits and in stealth, but the trade-off is that they're generally pretty slow and their ammo is really resource heavy to craft, so we need to be able to choose our shots wisely. So let's count them down, starting with number 5, the best green Sharpshot Bow, Q's Sharpshot Bow. Q's Sharpshot Bow is a reward that you get from Q after completing the Roots That Bind side quest. Now as far as side quests go, this one is pretty straightforward and not all that difficult, so I definitely recommend that you do it. Kill a few Tanakh, sneak around and steal a couple metal pods from some wide maws, kill a few more Tanakh, and when it's all said and done, Q will bless you with the best green Sharpshot Bow in the game. But here's why I like this Sharpshot Bow. When fully upgraded, it does have the highest damage of any of the other green Sharpshot Bows and the highest amount of tear. But the perk that we get when fully upgraded is plus 5% critical hit chance. Critical hits for Sharpshot Bows are going to give you a 2.5x damage multiplier, which is the highest of any weapon type, but they only happen naturally 5% of the time. So an additional 5% chance is going to double our chances of getting a critical hit. And for coils, at this stage of the game, I'd probably just use the best coil I have available. Ideally, that'd be the plus 6 or plus 7% critical hit chance coil, but if you don't yet have any critical hit chance coils, overdraw and even impact coils work well here. At number 4, the best rare Sharpshot Bow is the Exacting Sharpshot Bow, which you can purchase from the merchant at either the Cliff's Watch or in the Bulwark. Now it doesn't have the highest damage of the rare Sharpshot Bows, that honor goes to the Piercing Sharpshot Bow. But I think overall, the Exacting Sharpshot Bow has better weapon perks which more than make up for it. In particular, I really like the plus 20% concentration damage because typically when you're using your Sharpshot Bow, you're in concentration. And the same with the plus 25% overdraw damage. It does also come with precision knockdown arrows, which will pretty significantly increase your ability to trigger knockdowns, which can be a great way to control a crowd. And if I were looking to coil this weapon, I'd double down on the overdraw damage by adding 2 10% overdraw damage coils. Next up at number 3 is the very rare Warden Sharpshot Bow, which you can buy from Duca once you unlock the arena for 54 hunting ground medals. Now the Delta Sharpshot Bow, which you can get halfway through the story from the merchant after you've unlocked your base, does have higher overall damage, as well as some pretty decent weapon perks. But here's why I like the Warden Sharpshot Bow just a bit better. The Warden Sharpshot Bow comes with plus 15% critical hit chance. As a general rule of thumb, anytime I have a weapon with a perk to increase either critical hit chance or critical hit damage, it's typically a weapon worth investing in because critical hits are just so powerful. And this is why I give the edge to the Warden Sharpshot Bow. But really, both are great options, and in fact, the Delta Sharpshot Bow is easier to acquire since you can just buy it from the merchant rather than having to go to the hunting grounds and the arena. So a case could definitely be made that it's the superior bow. If you have thoughts about it one way or another, be sure to let me know in the comments. And for coils on the Warden Sharpshot Bow, I'd go all in on critical hits, adding 3 15% critical hit chance coils. At number 2, I wanted to include another very rare purple weapon because this one is more powerful than both the Warden Sharpshot Bow and the Delta Sharpshot Bow, but not everyone will get access to it, at least not in a single playthrough. Regala's Wrath is the Sharpshot Bow that you'll get as part of the Wings of the Ten main quest if you choose to go down a certain path. No spoilers here for anyone who hasn't made it that far in the game yet, but needless to say, when things reach a climax with the Regala storyline, you'll be faced with a choice to either kill her or let her live. Now one of those options will give you her Sharpshot Bow, which is definitely the best very rare bow in the game and could probably hold up against any of the legendary ones. Not only does it have the highest damage of any of the other very rare bows, but its perks are also very complementary to how you typically use a Sharpshot Bow. Plus 25% long range damage, plus 25% overdraw damage, and plus 25% reload speed. These are all perks that are going to enhance the bow's strengths and help negate how slow they can be. And for coils, I'd lean into the long range damage and add 2 plus 25% long range damage coils and 1 plus 15% overdraw damage coil. Lastly, coming in at number 1, my top Sharpshot bow in the game is the legendary Era's Downfall, which is available for Champions tokens exclusively in New Game Plus. Now this one is certainly up for debate, and once you get to the legendary Sharpshot bows, you really can't go wrong no matter which one you choose. They're all great in their own ways, but here's why I like Era's Downfall over some of the others. Era's Downfall does technically have the highest damage output of any of the Sharpshot bows through the elite precision arrows. The trade-off here is that those are really resource expensive to craft, so I don't use them all that often. But the weapons perks are what makes Era's Downfall superior, and this one really just comes down to a matter of personal preference. I really like the plus 15% concentration damage, plus 25% overdraw damage, and plus 25% critical hit damage. The instant shock and instant explosion chance perks don't really do all that much for me because it's not something you can rely on consistently, but they are kind of a nice surprise when they do happen. And for coils, once again, I'd double down on critical hits and critical hit damage with 2 elite critical hit coils that you can get in the Burning Shores, 2 15% critical hit chance coils, and an elite overdraw coil to round it out. Seriously, with this weapon and coil combination, there's not a machine in the Forbidden West that stands a chance. And those are my top 5 Sharpshot bows of the game. If this is the type of content you want to see in the future, be sure to boop that like button and subscribe for even more Horizon Forbidden West content because I just can't seem to get enough of this game. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.